Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, early evening, happy Wednesday. My name is Emily, and I, as mentioned, am a yoga teacher here at 8 Limbs Yoga Studios. So we have locations in Finney Ridge and Wedgwood. I'm here in the Wedgwood studio. So if you ever want to practice with me, this is my normal evening class time. So feel free to reach out to me and we'll get you hooked up with a free class if you want to try out the studio. So we're really excited to partner with the whole U and with all of you for this class tonight for Nurses Month. So wanted to just start by saying thank you for everything that you all do. Both my mom and my brother were both nurses, so nurses have such a special place in my heart. So that's why I wanted to do this collaboration. So I'm really glad that it's coming to fruition today and excited to just hold this space for you all and hopefully give you this hour just to tune into yourself. So much of your lives in nursing are about obviously caring for other people and giving yourself fully to other people for their well-being. And tonight is all about you. So we're turning that care back onto you. So that's our intention for tonight. This next hour is just to move, to breathe, to feel good in our bodies, and again, return home to ourselves and giving ourselves that same care and love and attention that you give to everyone else day in and day out. So thank you for being here. So if you are ready to get started, I am gonna step back here on the mat. If you have a block, a yoga block, feel free to grab that. We're not gonna need it. I'll give options either way, but if you've got one, it can be helpful. And we're gonna just get started in an easy seat. So you can cross your legs straight out in front of you and sit up nice and tall, reaching the crown of your head up toward the sky. Relax your hands in your lap with the palms facing up toward the sky in a receiving position. And once you arrive there, you can close down your eyes. And then right away, notice how it feels to become still. What thoughts are on your mind? What areas of the body stay like jittery? What areas are starting to call to you as you become still on your mat? And we're just going to notice that. See if you can press the sit bones a little deeper into the ground as you raise the crown of the head even higher. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and take a slow, full, deep inhale through the nose. Part the lips and open mouth, exhale. Blowing the air out like you're blowing out a candle. Let's do that a few more times. In through the nose. Open mouth, release. Slow breath in, this time pausing once you reach the top of your inhalation. Just for a second, suspending that breath before open mouth, exhale. 2 more like that. In through the nose. Pausing once you reach the top. Imagine the air in the lungs suspending, rising up. Exhale, open mouth. Let it go. 1 more time. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Staying with that breathing practice, that slow, intentional breath, or sealing the lips here, breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to stay with our breath throughout the practice. Let's go ahead and inhale and shrug the shoulders up toward the ears, and then just let them drop toward the earth. Let's do a few more. In through the nose, shrugging the shoulders up, and then let them thud down. You can speed this up or slow it down. Just start to let the shoulders shrug and feel the heaviness as they drop. And 1 more time before releasing. Let's drop the right ear over toward the right shoulder. Finding a neck stretch in the left side of your neck. And then start to draw a C shape. So rock the chin toward the chest, ear toward the shoulder, maybe even tilt the chin up toward the sky. And stay with your breath in and out, nice and slow. Taking notice of how the body's showing up today. Bringing your right ear over toward that right shoulder, we'll reach the left arm up and overhead. You can keep your eyes closed here if you'd like. Finding a side body stretch in the left side, breathing into your left ribs. Take a slow inhale in. And exhale, come back to center, stacking the crown of the head up before dropping the left ear over toward the left shoulder. Staying here for a slow round of breath in through the nose. And let it go before starting to add those gentle rocks. Chin toward the chest, ear toward the shoulder. And as you get still here, notice where the mind starts to wander. And see if you can start to pull it back to your breath, back to physical sensations in the body. Just every time you notice the mind leaving the room, gently guide it back. We'll pause here, left ear toward the left shoulder, reach the right arm up and overhead. Side body stretch, breathing into the right lung. Inhale. And exhale, come back to center. We'll blink the eyes open if they're not there yet. Reach the arms wide and high. From here, we'll cactus open the elbows. So deep bend through the elbows, flare the fingertips, press the shoulder blades in toward one another. Puff the heart space forward as you tilt the chin toward the sky. Take another inhale here. And exhale. Let's match this with our breath. Inhale as you reach, growing nice and tall. Exhale, peel the elbows down and back, puff through the heart space. One more time. Big breath in as you reach. Exhale, release cactus arms. Press the heart forward. We'll close the palms together at heart center. Bow the chin toward the chest. And close the eyes again and take a moment here just to yourself, sending gratitude toward the body, toward the breath. Take a slow inhale. And sigh it out. Let anything go that you need to release. Let's do one more like that. In through the nose. And vocal sigh, let it go. Blink the eyes open. Coming into tabletop pose. We'll come onto hands and knees. Stack your palms just below the shoulders, and the knees are going to come hip width apart. And once you arrive there, we'll start to find the breath again. Inhaling the belly down toward the ground. And exhaling, rounding the spine, tuck your chin and tail. Cat and cow pose. Inhale, drop the belly, look up toward the sky. Exhale, press the ground away, tuck your chin, tuck the tail. You can start to speed this up or slow it down, just like before. Follow your own cycle of breath, whatever feels natural and intuitive for you. If you want to hang out in one pose or the other for a little longer, you can do that too. Let's take 3 slow rounds of breath. Feel free to add on some barrel rolls of the chest or hip wiggles side to side. Just start to shake out the body, feeling into the low back, into the heart space, the belly. Take one more breath. Cow pose, in through the nose. With your exhale, sink down and back for child's pose. You can wiggle the knees nice and wide, crawl your hands forward, sink the forehead and the chest toward the earth. Let the belly fall between the thighs. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, slide yourself back to all fours, tabletop pose. And we'll step the right foot toward the back of the mat. From there, reach the left arm toward the front of the mat, elongating through the body as you hover the back toes off the ground. So we're activating those deep core muscles here, reaching that left hand forward. And picture your entire spine all the way up through the cervical spine, straightening through the neck, press the crown of the head forward. Take a slow breath in. On your exhale, round everything in. The knee tucks toward the chin, the elbow tucks in, press the ground away with the right palm. Inhale, reach forward and kick back. Exhale, round, everything tucks in. Inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, round. This time, reach it forward, kick it back. You can stay here or kick that right heel in toward the body. Stay there or reach the left arm all the way up and around. Maybe you take hold of that back foot. If you do, gently kick into the palm, raise the leg a little higher. Keep your core engaged. One more breath. On your exhale, unwind, reach forward, kick back, and back to all fours, tabletop pose. Drop your belly, raise the gaze, take a breath in. Take a breath out, cat pose, press the ground away, round the spine. Inhale to a neutral spine, wiggle the knees nice and wide, sink down and back, child's pose. Crawl the hands forward. Rest the forehead toward the earth. Take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. On your inhale, slide those palms toward the body, pick yourself back up, tabletop pose. And from here, we'll step the left toes to the back of the mat. Switching the weight toward the left fingertips, reach your right arm forward, gazing toward the earth, hover the left toes off the ground. See if you can find your center of balance here, being as still as you can as you breathe in through the nose. With your exhale, round everything in, press the mat away, tuck the knee, tuck the elbow. Inhale, reach it forward, kick it back. Exhale, round. Big breath in, reach. Slow breath out, round. This time, reach forward, kick back, stay, or take that same option. Left heel kicks toward the body. Right arm reaches all the way back. Maybe you take hold or just keep reaching, finding a spinal twist. If you take that bind, gently kick into the palm, raise the left leg a little higher toward the sky, big breath. Exhale, release, unwind, reaching, kicking, and tabletop pose. Big breath in, cow pose, drop the belly. Slow breath out, press the ground away, round the spine. From here, we're gonna flip the hands straight over onto the mat just for a little wrist stretch. So right now the palms are planted down. We're gonna flip the hands straight over so the fingers face you. You can do this one at a time or flip both hands. And you can put as much or as little pressure here as feels good. If you sink the hips back, you're gonna deepen that pose. If you rock the weight forward, you'll get a less intense stretch. To add on from here, you can start to make fists with the hands, with the tops of the hands still planted on the mat. Maybe wiggle the fingers and take a slow breath in. And exhale, release. Let's reach the right arm up toward the sky. So we're unwinding toward the right side of your room. Make a fist from here and start to circle out that right wrist, starting in one direction. And then we'll switch opposite direction, small circles. As you're ready, thread the needle. Bring the right arm down. The right temple touches down toward the earth, and left hand slides forward toward the top of the mat. One more breath. Exhale, come back up. Left palm plants toward the face. Pick yourself up and unwind again toward the right side, completing that big spinal twist before right palm plants down. Switching sides, left arm reaches up, unwind nice and slow, opening your chest toward the left side of the room before making your fist circle out the wrist. And go both directions. With an exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes down, left temple sinks down, right arm reaches forward. And breathe here. Relax the upper back. Let yourself be present. One more inhale. And exhale, right palm plants toward you. Unwind again, left arm reaches high. Back to tabletop pose. From here, we're gonna tuck the toes straight underneath and then sink the hips down toward the heels for a foot stretch. So kind of pressing the ground away with the palms. You can start to rock forward and rock back toward the heels. Windshield wiper the heels side to side to add to that stretch. And as you're ready, we'll come back to that tucked toe tabletop and hover the knees just a few inches off the ground. So here you'll feel your core start to activate. Actively press the shoulders toward the earth. So rather than letting the shoulders scrunch up toward the ears, we're extending the arms nice and strong. One more breath. On your exhale, downward facing dog, press the hips toward the sky and start to pedal out the feet. You can have a nice deep bend into both knees in your downward dog, reaching the heels toward the earth, but they don't need to touch. Keep pressing through all your fingers. Shake your hips side to side. One more pedal, left and right. And come back to stillness, downward facing dog. From here, let's bend the knees nice and deep, glance forward, and take a big step or tiptoe to the top of your mat for forward fold. And in our forward fold, we want a generous bend in the knees just to allow the back to relax. So let the crown of the head release toward the earth. You can add a sway side to side, let the knuckles drag toward the earth or grab for opposite elbows, ragdolling side to side. We'll release the arms and slowly unfurl the spine, coming all the way up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. And once you arrive at standing, we'll sweep both arms up toward the sky, peel the elbows down and back, cactusing open the arms, just like we did seated earlier. 2 more times with the breath. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, peel the elbows down and back, puff the heart forward. One more time, big breath in as you reach. Exhale, peel it open. This time, big breath in as you reach toward the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, bend the knees, sink down for chair pose. So in our chair pose, if you want lots of heat, you're gonna deeply bend those knees. For less heat, find a baby bend. Either way, we wanna sink the weight toward the heels to activate through the glute muscles, hinge slightly forward from the hips, relax the shoulders. One more breath in, and exhale, dive forward, back to forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back, and fold, plant your palms, right foot steps back. Lower that right knee and untuck your toes. Sweep the arms up toward the sky for low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. We'll activate the upper shoulder area, opening up, peeling the elbows down and back, cactusing the arms. Inhale as you reach, and exhale, hands to heart. So from here, notice those right hip flexors. See if you can sink the hips and the pelvis down and forward to elongate, lengthen, and stretch the right hip. Let's take one more breath. With an exhale, we'll bring the hands down to your block if you have one, or toward your mat, and slowly start to straighten your left knee into half split. So we're crawling the hands toward the back of the mat, straightening the front leg. And again, hinging forward from the hips, as much or as little. You can stay nice and tall here or sink down. Either way, we want a more neutral spine rather than rounding and collapsing in. We'll dorsiflex the toes in toward the face. So left toes peel toward the body. Take one more breath. With an exhale, crawl it forward again, bringing that block with you if you have one, bending the left knee. We'll plant both palms on the ground, tuck those back toes, and hover the knee into a runner's lunge. Using your core strength, reach the arms up toward the sky. Pick yourself all the way up, high crescent lunge. And we'll peel those elbows open, puff the heart space forward. Notice how this challenges your balance. Can that back leg come into play a little bit more here? Press the earth away. One more breath. With your next inhale, reach the arms to the sky. We'll fold it down, framing that front foot. Left leg steps straight back into downward facing dog. And we'll pedal out the feet. Shake your head yes and no. Deep bend through both knees, look forward, and then walk or step all the way to the top of your mat, back to this forward fold shape, relaxing through the upper thoracic spine, shaking out the head, yes and no, and slowly rise. One vertebrae at a time, let everything unwind as you reach the arms all the way up toward the sky. This time, we'll grab for the left wrist and exhale over toward the right. Big breath in, come back through center, grabbing for your right wrist, exhale toward the left. Inhale, reach back to center. Exhale, hands to heart, back to chair pose. Gentle or deep bend through the knees, weight shifts back toward the heels. If you want to add on here, maybe you pike the heels and come onto the tiptoes, just changing that sensation a little bit. We'll take one more breath. With an exhale, everything releases, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Fold down, plant your palms, step your left foot to the back of the mat, and we'll lower that back knee and untuck the toes. Reach the arms up into low crescent lunge. Peel the elbows down and back, press the belly and the heart space forward, shoulder blades touch toward each other. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Starting to feel into the left hip flexors, pressing the pelvis forward as you scoot it slightly forward. And you can bring your hands to heart or bring them down to the hips or even the ground, whatever feels best for you. One more inhale here. And exhale, we'll bring both hands down to frame the front foot before crawling the hands toward the body, straightening through the right knee into half splits. Right toes face toward the body, hinge from your hips to deepen this stretch in the right hamstring. And then notice your breath. See if you can come back in through the nose, sigh out through the mouth, letting go of anything you need to release. One more time, just like that. Let's crawl it forward, bringing the hands to frame the right foot. Back toes tuck, cover your left knee. Slowly as you need, start to rise up, nice and strong, reaching the arms to the sky, high crescent lunge. Peel the elbows open as you press the heart forward, maybe glance toward the sky. Notice all the work of the toes and the right foot. Strong legs, one more breath. Inhale as you reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge it forward, plant both palms, and step that right foot straight back to downward facing dog. We'll pedal out the feet. From here, reach the right leg up toward the sky for three-legged dog. And then option here is just to hover the toes, just a little off the ground. If you take that full three-legged dog, bend the knee, scorpion dog, right heel reaches toward the left glute. So we start to stack the right hip over the left, unwinding the low body. We'll reach the right leg toward the sky and swing it forward, stepping it between the palms. If it feels better to take a couple little baby steps before you get there, feel free. Back into our runner's lunge here. We'll keep the left palm right where it is and send the right arm up toward the sky, unwinding for a big twist. Reach toward the ceiling, breathe in, open the heart space. Exhale, right palm comes down. We'll lift all the way up, high crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Cactus the arms open, peel them down and back. Big breath in as you reach. This time open up for warrior two. That back heel swivels down, arms reach wide. Right knee stays bent. From here, flip your front palm, reverse warrior, tip to the back of your mat. Inhale back to warrior two. And finally, we'll straighten that front knee. Let the quad release. Reach all the way forward and cartwheel the right fingertips down, left arm to the sky. For triangle pose, start to swivel your heart space open wide toward the left. Breathe in here. Sigh out. One more time. On your exhale, we'll bend that front knee again back to warrior two. Arms reach up toward the sky, straighten the front leg, swivel all the toes over to face the left side of your room into star pose. So standing nice and tall, heels in, toes slightly out. From here, wide leg forward fold, dip all the way down, hinging from your hips. From here, crawl the hands over toward the left, over toward the right. You can sway into the hips to move that sensation into the inner thigh. Crawl the hands forward, crawl the hands back. Take 3 more breaths here, moving however feels good for you. On your next inhale, come to a halfway lift, flat back. We'll slide the hands toward the low back, interlace the fingers, taking a bind here, before coming back down, wide leg forward fold. Straighten out the elbows, pressing the knuckles up toward the sky. Release the neck. Let the head hang heavy, taking that bind up toward the sky. One more breath in. As you sigh out, release the hands. Start to crawl toward the front of your mat. So we're going to frame that right foot. The toes follow you as you crawl forward. Bend your right knee, tuck your back toes and pike the heel. Back into our twist. Right arm reaches toward the sky. Take a slow breath in. And exhale, right palm comes down. Step the right foot back. This time we're coming into a high plank. Option to lower the knees right where they are for half plank. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, lower down the knees, the chest and the chin, sinking the hips low onto the belly. Untuck the toes, peel your chest off the ground for low cobra. Gently tuck the chin toward the chest. Shoulders released from the ears. One more big breath. And exhale to downward facing dog. Press the hips high. From here, left leg comes to a hover or all the way up to 3-legged dog. Keep pressing into both palms. We'll stack the hips as you bend the left knee into scorpion dog. So swivel that left hip on top of the right, just slightly. And we'll breathe here. Inhale the left leg to the sky. And exhale, step it forward. Back heel pikes up into a runner's lunge. Right palm stays right where it is, and left arm reaches up toward the sky. Unwind toward your bent knee. Left hand comes down. Those muscles as you lift, activating the entire posterior chain here as you rise, arms to the sky, cactus, everything open, peeling those elbows down and back. Inhale as you lift. Open up to warrior two. Arms reach wide, right heel swivels down. Deep bend through the front knee. Flip your front palm and reverse, tip toward the back of the room. Come back through warrior two, and we'll straighten that left knee, reach it forward, triangle pose. Left hand comes down, right arm to the sky. Slow breath in. And exhale, left knee bends, arms reach wide into star pose. Left toes swivel, arms reach high, heels in, toes out. This time we'll cactus the arms, bend the knees, goddess pose. So imagine the inner thighs are like opposite magnets drawing away from each other. Arms cactus. We'll press through the heels, rise up to star, inhale. And exhale down to goddess. One more time, big breath in as you reach. And exhale, cactus. Sink the hips low. From here, we'll drop the palms onto the knees or the thighs and take away that weight from the legs. Let the arms come in here. From there, we'll drop the left shoulder into center and look over your right shoulder. And notice what it feels like here to take a slower, wider breath in. And exhale back through center, right shoulder drops in, look over your left side. Inhale, come back through center, back to star pose, arms reach high, straighten everything out. Wide leg forward fold, dive all the way down. We'll take 3 breaths here. At stillness, we're keeping that momentum, that movement side to side. Returning to your breath. With your next exhale, we'll crawl the fingertips toward the left toes. Crawl yourself forward to the top of the mat, framing your front foot, hike the back heel, back to your twist. Left arm reaches toward the sky. With an exhale, left palm plants down, left foot steps back. Moving here through that same flow. Knees come down, chest and chin toward the earth. Sink the hips, untuck the toes, peel yourself up. Low cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep bend through the knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat for forward fold. And we'll sweep the arms wide and high, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, cactus, the arms open, press the heart forward. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's shift the weight over toward the right foot here. We're going to bring the left knee in toward the chest for one-legged Tadasana. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. If you fall out, that's okay. Just come right back in, moving slowly. With your next inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And with an exhale, fly the arms back for airplane pose or to tip forward, extend the right leg back behind you, using the weight of the torso to counterbalance the weight of that back leg. Send your gaze down toward the earth. Take one more breath here. With an exhale, slowly land those right toes back behind you, bending through the front knee, reach the arms up, high crescent lunge. Open up to warrior two. Arms reach wide. We'll flip the front palm, reverse, tip to the back of the room. Back to warrior two, arms, this time leaning forward for side angle pose. Right arm reaches toward the sky or up overhead. Leaning forward, your left elbow comes down to the left thigh, or left fingertips come down to the earth. We're going to keep circle sweeping the right arm all the way up overhead, cartwheeling it down to the ground, landing it, Hike onto that back heel. Back again here, opening the left arm to the sky for a big twist. With an exhale, both hands come down. Left foot steps all the way into the air for a three-legged dog. Into scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, open up the hips. Left heel reaches toward the right thigh. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, lean it forward for high plank. Maybe that left leg stays hovering here. We'll come down, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga into low cobra pose. Peel the chest up. With an exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, walk, step, or hop, forward fold. Take a little breather here, in through the nose and sigh it out. Let the head go, shake it yes and no. With an inhale, pick yourself up, sweep the arms up overhead, and hands to heart center. From here, we'll switch the weight over onto the opposite leg. So weight comes into the right foot, and left knee comes into the chest. For one-legged mountain pose, arms reach to the sky. And then find your stillness here. Find your breath here. Rooting into your right leg. Imagine yourself growing some roots into your mat. We'll take one more breath. With an exhale, come back to your airplane pose. Start to lean forward as the leg and the arms fly back behind you. Nice and steady with control. A baby bend into your standing knee here. One more breath. With an exhale, gently land onto your back toes, high crescent lunge, arms reach up. And then open up to warrior two. Back heel swivels down, reach the arms strong, forward and back, crown of the head high. Flipping your front palm reverse. Reach up and overhead as you tip backwards. Leaning forward for side angle, right elbow or fingertips come down. Left arm reaches up overhead. Keep reaching toward the front of your room. We'll plant that left hand down on the ground, swivel onto that, off that back heel, open up for your twist. Right arm to the sky, unwind the heart toward the right. With an exhale, right palm comes down. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Into scorpion dog, stack your hips, bend that right knee. Inhale, three-legged dog, shift the weight forward into high plank. Moving here through a flow, knees, chest, and chin. Chaturanga, peel up, sink down and back this time for child's pose. And we'll come back to the breath, noticing the heart rate. Sigh out if you need, letting something go, releasing anything you need to, anything that's not serving you here. Let's take one more breath in child's pose. We'll peel ourselves up into tabletop and return to those wrist stretches. So we'll flip the hands straight over, one at a time, or both. Wiggle the hands, or wiggle the fingertips with the hands on the ground, tops of the hands, press down. And just like before, if you want, you can tuck those toes, sink the hips back to deepen this stretch. Let's come back to the palms, tuck your toes, back to downward facing dog. With your inhale, glance forward, find a deep bend through the knees. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms wide and high all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's shift the weight onto the right foot and hover the left knee in toward the body. Reaching the arms up toward the sky, find your balance. From there, we're gonna land the left foot on the standing leg. So open that left knee wide and plant it down. Try not to use the hands. We're gonna use the strength of those hip flexors to open the hip and come into tree pose. Feel free to keep your branches growing tall or cactus the arms. Maybe hands come to heart center. Let's take one more breath. With your exhale, draw the left knee back to the chest. This time, give it a little squeeze with the hands. We'll send it straight back, airplane pose, fly the arms back, tip forward. This time, bring the hands down toward your block or the ground for standing splits. Left heel presses toward the sky. The standing leg can have a deep bend or a baby bend. We just don't want to lock out that knee. Release your head toward the earth as you press the left heel high. One more breath here. And exhale, left foot steps forward to meet the right, back to forward fold. We'll shake it out. Shake out the hands, the arms. The head shakes yes and no. We'll rise all the way up, arms to the sky. Sweep them high. Exhale, shift the weight toward the left foot. Right knee comes into the chest, nice and slow. Dorsiflexing the toes toward you. Find strength through the core. Imagine yourself growing even taller here. Using the strength of those right hip flexors, start to move the right knee nice and wide before planting that foot wherever it can land on the standing leg. For tree pose, feel free to take your options with the hands, releasing the shoulders if you take hands to heart. One more big breath in. With an exhale, right knee draws into the chest. Give it a little squeeze. Fly the hands and that right leg back. Tip yourself forward, airplane pose. Staying for a breath. And exhale, hands come down, standing splits. Right heel reaches up toward the sky. Release your head toward the earth. Take one more breath here. And exhale, right foot meets the left. Forward fold. From here, let's bring the feet nice and wide. So step them as wide as the mat, bringing the heels in and toes out. We'll sink the hips low from Malasana squat. So if this doesn't feel good for any reason, we can stay in a taller squat. That's going to be more activating. Or you can just go ahead and take a seat and take butterfly pose with hands at heart. If you're taking that yogi squat, hands come to heart, elbows can push the knees out away from you. And whichever option you choose, find a proud chest, releasing those shoulders, collarbones shine forward. Let's take a breath in through the nose and open mouth, side out. One more like that. In through the nose, open mouth, release. Bring the hands down. Bring the hips high, back to forward fold. We'll swivel the toes to face the front of the room and sway side to side. Adding on a twist here, left hand stays toward the earth, right arm reaches up, peeling open the chest. From here, we can pedal out the knees, so a deep bend in one knee and the other. And we'll switch sides. Right hand comes down. Breathe, open the left arm. And add your bends of the knees. Right knee, deep bend. Left knee, baby bend. Coming back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms. Step both feet back to downward facing dog. We'll send the right leg toward the sky for three-legged dog. And then step it as wide as the right pinky finger. So almost off the mat. Lunge. Outside of the right hand. Slowly lower the back knee, untucking. So just like we've been doing before, except for nice and wide, giving your hips a little bit more space here to open up, to release. If you've got a block or anything at home to raise the ground a little bit higher, that's going to feel good. If the breathing feels compressed here at all, a block under the hands. From there, we'll add another little twist. So right hand comes to the right knee or inner thigh, and we'll go right side. You can gently press that right knee away from you. Maybe you send your gaze toward the back of your mat. See if you can become a little bit heavier here. If there's anything you're holding on to that's not serving the pose, see if you can release it. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths, or if you want, if you have padding underneath that back knee, this is gonna feel better. But maybe you start to kick your left heel in toward the body and reach that right hand back, grabbing hold. One more big breath. Go ahead and release. Bringing both hands down to the ground. We'll come back to lizard lunge. Tucking those back toes, hover your knee into toes. We're all the way over toward the left side of the mat before lowering down onto the knee, lowering the back leg and untucking those toes. If this doesn't feel good for any reason, if pigeon isn't working for your body tonight, then you're gonna come onto your back in figure 4 position. So figure 4 looks just like this, with the right ankle crossed over that left thigh, and you can draw the whole shape in. You're going to get a very similar stretch as you will in our pigeon pose. In our pigeon, we'll take 5 slow breaths, so you can stay tall with the hands planted, or maybe you start to crawl toward the forearms, wherever you choose. If you can do anything to release the back and let the head be heavy. Let's rise back. If you're on your back, make your way back on toward the belly. We'll rise off the belly, bringing the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes and hover the knee. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. You can always take a little flow there if you want it to build more strength. Taking a little back bend. We'll meet in downward dog with an exhalation, pedaling out the feet. With an inhale, reach the left leg toward the sky for 3-legged dog. And with control, using your core, step it wide toward the top of the mat for lizard lunge, left side. Once you feel set up and stable here, we'll lower the right knee and untuck those back toes. And a block can come in here, or really anything to raise the ground a little higher onto that right palm. We'll swivel the toes slightly out here on the left foot and look over our left side, gently pressing into the left knee or thigh, adding a twist, maybe gazing back behind you. And just like before, let the hips be as heavy as possible, using the weight of gravity to let everything release into this deep stretch. And again, we can stay here, or if you want to play around with that bind, start to kick the right heel in toward the body. Maybe the right hand or the left hand reaches back to take hold. Go ahead and release, twist back toward the front of the room. We'll plant both hands, tucking your back toes, hover the knee, just to give yourself some space to swing those left toes over toward the right into pigeon. If you're taking this on your back, you can go ahead there now. Left leg crosses over the right thigh. And just as before, if you want to stay tall, feel free. Maybe you close your eyes or start to crawl toward the earth, letting everything go, returning to your breath. With an inhale, we'll rise up, meeting downward facing dog, slowly rising to the palms, tucking those back toes. Optional flow here to make your way into down dog. Hips press high, chest presses toward the thighs, and pedal out the feet side to side. From here, let's spinal wave all the way forward into a high plank before lowering the knees right where they are. Find yourself in tabletop, toes untuck. Coming into melting heart pose. We're gonna keep the hips high, stacking right above the knees, and just start to crawl the hands forward, eventually sinking the chest down toward the earth. Take a breath in, come back to tabletop, and take a breath out. Press the ground away, round the chin toward the chest, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, press the belly toward the earth, raise your gaze for cow. And one last time, press the ground away, tucking chin and tail, cat pose. We'll come into a neutral spine. Swing the legs out to one side, make your way onto the seat, extending the legs straight out in front of you. Give yourself space behind you to eventually lie back. From here, reach the hands forward, relax the shoulders away from the ears, and we'll recline just slightly until you can feel your core starting to engage. So this is option one. Option two, if you want to add a little bit more heat, we're going to pick up the legs, bending the knees 90 degrees up toward just right in front of you. Those knees bend, toes toward the sky. Keep that recline through the core for half boat pose. Let's take a slow breath in, a slow breath out. And then wherever you are, counting down from 5, we're going to start to extend or lengthen all the way down toward the earth for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms reach up overhead. Point your toes. Take a nice big full body stretch. And let out another sigh. From here, draw the knees into your belly and wrap the hands or the arms around the legs and sway from side to side. pressing your low back into the earth. We'll drop the knees toward the right. Open your arms to a wide T shape and send your gaze over your left side for a spinal twist, pressing your left shoulder blade toward the earth. Return to your breath in and out through the nose here. One more inhale. Come back through center, drawing your knees in. This time we'll point the toes up toward the sky, grabbing the backs of your thighs, straighten out the legs, point and flex the feet up toward the sky, wiggle the toes, circle your ankles. We'll bend the knees, drawing them in before rocking the knees toward the left, opening the arms wide, gazing over the right shoulder. Back through center, drawing the knees in one last time. From there, point the toes back up toward the sky, grab for the backs of the legs, wiggle the toes, circle the ankles, and gently draw the thighs a little closer toward the body, keeping straight legs as much as you can. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, letting all the blood flow away from the feet. From here, we'll bend the knees, open them wide, and grab for the ankles or the big toes for happy baby pose. Soles of the feet look up toward the sky, and you can wiggle from side to side, pressing the low back down, swaying left and right. Let's come back to stillness at center. Bring the soles of the feet into touch, and then lower the blades of the feet down toward the earth into reclined butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. We'll bring the right palm just over the belly button and left palm over the heart space. We'll close the eyes. With your breath in, imagine the chest puffing deeply and widely and big enough to press into your left palm. And feel the belly fall away from the right palm with your breath out. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, let the chest and belly rise. Exhale, let it all fall. One more time. Open mouth, release. Relax your arms alongside the body. You can keep the legs just as they are, or slowly extend one and then the other into corpse pose. Take whatever final resting position here feels good for you. We'll take a few slow, still breaths. Let's take one last deep inhale in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel free to stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you need, giving yourself this time to recharge, to rest, and give yourself care. If you're ready to come out, we'll gently push ourselves into a seat as you blink the eyes open with as little effort as you can. Meeting with our hands at heart center. We'll bow in gratitude to each other, to ourselves, and to this ancient Eastern practice. Thank you so much. Namaste.